It's cold, it's cold, it's cold in here. Hello, 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 people. Okie dokie. There is a storm banging outside, so let me know if the feed is okay, please. And if it's not, I've got a plan to swap over internet connections if I have to, but I'd rather not. Doo-doo-doo. Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Feed is fine here. Good. Hannah's got her shades on, same as mine. Cool, aren't they? They're my laser shades. I'll take them off because it's like blue. In a West End town in a dead end world, East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. Hello, Leona. Hello, Anna. Hello. Who else we got? Ooh, hi, Wayne. Hi. Who else we got there? Hi, Andy. Thomas. Billy. Wow. Got a couple of people watching. Cool. Miss Love Angel, how are you? I've missed you all. Well, I've kind of missed you all. Not really, because I talked to you on a Sunday with the podcast, but this is different. You know what I mean? It's good to be on doing my own thing. Kind of not making my plan this evening was I was going to be turning in my new workshop, but the weather decided against that for me. We have got a really bad storm blowing outside, and I had a couple of bits and pieces to do to make it weathered on the roof, and the storm kind of damaged the roof a bit more the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to do those repairs. So I am not in the new workshop, but I promise you that during this week sometime I will be turning, because I have my project to make for the Marvelous McKenna campaign that's going to go to auction. So hi Terry, Figments, Flaming Turner, Brian. Wow, there's lots of you out there. Good Lord. So yeah, so it's going to be just kind of a catch up of where I've been, what I've been doing, why I've been doing it, and I've also got, you can probably just see it there in the corner there, I've got two new machines. I've got the 3D printer and I've got a laser engraver just here as well. So I've been playing with that kind of inside stuff. Christopher, how are you? Dave Plum, howdy. What you all up to? Hi Bob Lee, how are you? Yeah, so it's good to be back. I was actually watching Eloy Escajado's live the other day on Facebook and on YouTube last night, and it kind of, it made me feel bad. This some bitch. It made me bad for not being out there for my peoples, for my fam, for my internet fam. Made me feel like poop. But it's all good. Maybe it's a kick in the ass I needed. I needed to get back online anyway. I've missed it loads. Hi, Dave. Oi, oi. Savaloy. Daniel, how are you? So, yeah, as I said in the description, this is a bit of an update. Now there's a good few people watching. I think it's a couple of months since I did a live. Yeah, it was a couple of months since I did a live. And the reason being was I kind of did a in my headspace. I do suffer from depression. That's no secret. I've always been open about the fact that I suffer from depression, and this isn't to bring anybody down this live feed. I'm not going to dwell on that. So yeah, so I had a really bad spell of that. I was in a bad old place. There was a couple of triggers that triggered it. One of them was, it sounds stupid, but when you suffer from depression, the smallest of things can trigger stuff. And uh, it, it my our puppy died. Our dog died. Molly. She was a border collie, and she went very quick. She was quite old. She was 12 or 13 years of age, but she was actually my dad's dog. And when my dad passed away a few years ago, I inherited Molly, and I brought her over to Ireland from the UK. And she was kind of his pride and joy, and he loved her to bits, but she was a very scaredy cat kind of dog. She never really settled here. Not many people, to be honest with you, liked our puppy Molly, because she was a very strange, nearly, you could nearly say, autistic dog. She wasn't very friendly at all. She just kept herself to herself. She didn't want strokes or pets or anything like that. So she wasn't an ideal pet. But I inherited her because it was dad's dog. And Molly was kind of my last connection with my dad. Um, and I don't know if that was kind of part of what happened. There was a couple of other things. I crashed a car, and not major. I mean, the car's fixed and all that. I wasn't hurt. Nobody else was hurt. But it was just like a snowball effect of different things that happened. And in my head, it just all imploded, and I ended up doing a big slump. And the last thing you want to do when you're in that mindset, for those people that do understand depression, is get in front of a camera and talk to people. It's weird. I know if I do come on the in front of the camera, that all of you are there and you talk nicely and you're all great and you're all supportive and all that, but it's to get that initial push, not to lay in your bed and feel sorry for yourself, not to shout and roar at the family and be bad tempered. This is how depression affects me. Be grumpy, be bad tempered, um, miss stuff. I keep on flicking out, do I? Yeah, is the feed not very good for everybody? Let me know, because I can flip over to using my cell connection if it comes to it. Because, like I said, there is a storm, and Ireland is crap when there's a storm. Everything just dies. Um, Robo Arts, I just put your project, your river table, or geez, take that back, river box onto the website and into the auction and all that. So that's all set there. Everybody else that's done. So yeah, that's, I'm jumping backwards and forwards. That's sell might be better. Right, hold on one second. I'm going to jump over. You might just lose me for a second, kind of. I'm going to jump over to the other phones for the podcast. Might lose me for a second. Okay, I'm connected to that. Am I still there? Is that any better for people? Let me know. And I'll just drop the bandwidth down a little bit too. That'll probably help too. Now try that. Yeah, so I've cool. Awesome. So yeah, that's what I've done. I've got out of the depression the best I can. It's always going to be there. I'm always going to have slumps, but I'm on a better mind. And while I've been away, we'll get to the good stuff now, because that's all the crap stuff. While I was away and dealing with all that, I got a couple of new toys, thanks to Christmas money from family and YouTube money. And I bought two new toys. Took ages to get here because I ordered them from out foreign, but I got them. And as you know, I've been using the 3D printer. Hi, Glenn. How are you? I've just seen you pop up there. How are you? And everybody else that just joined. So yeah, I've got the 3D printer, and I've been knocking out a million product savers. I've got a couple more orders to send out on Monday that I've just got. it's hard to keep up with the orders because it's such a slow process making them. But I'm working on something on that. I've also got a couple of new products that I've been designing and working on. They will be coming out very soon as well, all to do with resin molding and stuff like that. So watch out for that. What else? Oh yeah, and I've been building my new workshop. And this week I will do a kind of a walk around of the workshop. I had a bit of a disaster, as I said. Leona already knows because I messaged her because she was chatting to me the weekend. We had a really bad storm and it peeled back part of the roof. I don't know what happened. The fixings that I used, they just sheared in half. So I don't know whether they were cheap fixings or they're old fixings or what, but the fixings that I used sheared in half, and the corner of the roof flipped back, and it allowed the water to get in underneath the roofing felt, and it poured in through. We had really bad torrential rain, and it poured in through the roof, and it went onto my MIDI lathe and into my bandsaw. I've dried it out, cleaned them all out. I've spent this afternoon drying them all out and cleaning them, and they're working. They're fine. They're not damaged, thankfully. Thank the wood gods for that. So that's good. Glenn hasn't got his product saver yet. Glenn, I've just been, you know, you're going to get one. There's going to be like a million of them to get Habit Maker Central anyway. But yeah, so I fixed that problem, started fixing that today, but the wind was so, I mean, we've got between 60 and 80-mile-an-hour winds coming in off the ocean here at the moment, and it was blowing me off the roof. So I decided to come down. It was probably best that I came down. So I've done a quick patch up fix to keep the water from coming in, and this week, if the rain ever freaking stops, I'm going to get up and complete that. I've got cupboards, and I've started putting all the stuff into it because it was waterproof, and it was doing, and I was all set to do wood turning this weekend, and then the storm hit and that happened. But shit happens, doesn't it? Wayne did a great demo of the product saver. Yeah, everybody that's ordered them and received them and all that, they've given me nothing but love about them. They're saying that it's a great product, that it's working, and it does help. Excuse me while I eat my peanut butter sandwich. Mm. I'm hungry. Glenn does need to save his own products. You ever seen Glenn in the workshop? He's a messy bugger. So, new workshop's been built, and it's an upcycled workshop. What happened is, where I work in a school, special needs school, for those of you that don't know, during my day job, and they got all new, the green wire fencing all around the junior playground or yard out the back, and they originally had 12-foot long panel by 7-foot long, 7-foot tall wooden latticed fence around, and that was all ripped down, and the lads that took it down were going to put it into the skip, and or they're going to chop it up and burn it. And I said no. I ran like the Bionic Man. No, I'll take that. So I stockpiled it all to the side, and the headmistress said, Yona, what the F and F? I don't know what to say about that, to be honest with you, other than, Yona, that's way too much. Way too much. I'll take the $4.99 and I'll send the 50 back to you. Thank you so much. Oh, I think I need a gin now. You just completely threw me. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, fencing. Thank you, Leona. That's really kind of you. Oh, shakes. So yeah, I took that fencing, stockpiled it. The headmistress said, you can have it, but it needs to be gone this weekend. This was on the Friday. So I had to borrow a big trailer, head out there and did 2 trips backwards and forwards and brought it and stockpiled it. And the original idea was I was going to use it for fencing around the property, around my backyard, because it was a really good, strong, good condition. Just needed a varnish clean. Yeah, gin is on me. I need a gin now. Here, this will do. I'll eat some Yorkshire grit in a minute. So I took it, brought it home, but as my wife said, if we put a fence up here, how long is it going to stay up? Because basically, most people are losing their fences around here because of the wind. We can't put any hedgerows up. We can't grow anything. We can't put any plants in the ground. We can't grow flowers. The only thing that grows around here is grass, lots and lots of grass and weeds. Because the salt air just kills it if it goes over 2 foot tall, and the ground is just full of salt and whatever acids are in it that just kill everything. So I had all this wood, and I had the choice of, number one, chop it all up and burn it, which is completely against what I believe in, or number two, make something from it. And I thought, well, I have a 12 by 12. Actually, it's a 10. Hold on. It's an 11 by 9 concrete pad out the back of this shed, because this shed's got a really high wall at the back. It's a sloped roof like this, and the back wall is quite high. And we had a basketball ring at the back for the kids, and then we had a pad out the back, and that was for the kids to play. Well, that's not used anymore because they've grown up and don't think that's cool anymore. So I moved the oil tank that was there and built the shed out of upcycled stuff. So yeah. Uh, you must be really near the coast. Yeah. Basically, if you walk in that direction in a straight line, you'd fall off the cliff and into the ocean in around about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. That's how close we are to the ocean. Sandwich time. Mm. Mm-hmm. Did you sort him out? Thanks, Dave. Let me just boing. Oh, what's happening? What's happening with you peoples? You're gonna make me cry. Like a big baby cry thing. Thank you, Anna. It's good to be back. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Flippin' egg. Let's pay for my roof. Thank you. Thanks, Dave, for sorting the Trump lover there. I don't normally get. Hi, Brendan. Brendan, I've just seen your message on Messenger. I'll message you back after the podcast later, but just let you know it's in hand. Okay, it's just the other thing that we were talking about. I had a couple of issues with, and I've fixed that problem, so that's not a problem. So wow, so thank you so much, Anna. That's really kind. So that brings us to the now. Dave, I don't. Bloody hell. Thank you. I feel like PewDiePie now. I just clicked on PewDiePie's video, and he's like, he's like, His chat's like, and I'm like, no wonder he's not even looking at it. But if he looked at it, he'd see he's got like 15 million quid being thrown at him. It's ridiculous. PewDiePie, what does he do? Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you all. So yeah, to the now. So oh, peanut butter. I can afford to get better sandwich spread now. So that's where we are. And I know I've kind of, well, I've not let my viewers down because everyone knows what the story is. I kept the podcast up because that was my connection to keep going in the community and to let people know that I am still around, but you know that. And with the good thing about the lads with the podcast is if I'm on the show and I don't necessarily want that much interaction, they're fine. I can just drop back and I could be there, but I can just add in a little bit here and there and not be too much, you know. But they're really good lads. The three boys really understood what I was going through, and they were very good to keep me going through the podcast. And I'm really enjoying being part of the podcast. And don't forget to watch that tonight because there's some interesting information coming your way. That's all I'm saying. Isn't that right, Chris? Whole wheat bread. I love whole wheat bread. We just didn't have any today. Yeah. I have one bloody job. What's up, JP? Thanks. It's good to be back. Thank you, Brendan. Yeah, I understand that. But you know, as well as anybody else, when depression gets a hold of you, you don't think straight. You think stupid. Yeah, you think pretty stupid. Don't forget the Marvelous McKenna campaign, Make It Matter campaign. That we are doing, myself and the lads from the podcast. We are running a campaign for a little 3-year-old girl called McKenna. You would have seen that on the podcast if you watch the podcast. Maybe Dave will throw up or JP will throw up any links there to do with McKenna and what the website and all that. If you have any items, any tools, anything lying around in your workshop that you would like to donate for auction, please head over to templeboyturnings.com. Thank you very much, Mr. Rubin. That's awesome. Thank you. Well, bloody flipping heck. You're all too good. Thank you. Yeah, head over to templeboyturnings.com, click on the Marvelous McKenna campaign and donate a piece. You've got to log in and all that. Donate anything that you think someone else would want, and it will go up for auction between the 21st, and the 28th of this month. It will run for a week, and then on the 28th, for the last 2 hours, I believe, or hour and a half of the auction, will be live on Makers International Podcast as the clock goes down, and we'll be trying to get a few bidding wars and things going. Also, please, when the auction starts, not only head over and bid on something yourself, head over and share the video. Thanks, JP. Yeah, so click on that link, go and donate a piece, a tool, any products that you might have that other people might use, materials. Chris Cute donated some really awesome pen blanks that he cut up. Any wood or anything like that you'd like to donate to the auction, just donate it to the webpage. If you don't want to go through the whole web page thing, just get in touch with me and we'll sort something out. Because I have had a couple of people get in touch with me saying, I want to donate, but it's a lot of hassle with yada 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 for their own reasons, and I understand that people don't have the time to do stuff like that. So just get in touch with me through any of my social medias, and I'll help you out. I'll put it up there for you. I would make a piece for it, but still new, and none of my stuff is worth anything. Hey, I mean that's your opinion, right? I mean, other people might love your stuff, but I do understand if you're new to making and you feel that you're not quite there to that's fine. Maybe you can head over to the auction next week. Next week? Is it next week? Week after? Next week? Don't know. Can't remember. Hold on, let me look. The 21st, anyway. Yes, next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday, the auction starts. Head over and maybe bid on a couple of bits and pieces. I won't say they're lazy. The thought, it's a thought that counts. But unfortunately, the thought doesn't help McKenna. I will provide some stuff for the auction. I'm hoping to make some new stuff and make a video. Otherwise, it will be old stuff. That's perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Rubin. That's awesome. Yeah, don't cut yourself don't cut yourself short, because if you do, it'll fall over. It's good stuff, this peanut butter. Oh. So I have this new machine here, and I've been thinking of little designs. And what I'm going to do is for the auction, just trying to think of stuff that I can make while I'm not in my workshop with the tools that I have available. And oh yeah, Glyn, there is Yorkshire grit in the auction. It's in a package that the Makers International guys have put together, and that will be going up this evening on the website. I'm working on that as we speak. So what I thought I might do is I might laser engrave some Irish Celtic designs into some plywood and frame them, and probably auction them as a job lot, like a lot, maybe 3 of them or something like that, of Irish Celtic designs, and just be nice little pieces of wall art. I just thought I'd do that and see whether that goes. And then I'm also going to be turning a Minnie Mouse figure as well on a few lives over the next few days. So keep an eye on that when I get the freaking roof fixed. Exactly, Chris. Yes. But we have all been there where we're makers and we're new to it. And we're at that stage where we've got used to the tools and we've got used to the materials and stuff like that. But it's a confidence thing. And that confidence comes when someone says, "That's really cool. Can I have one of those? I really like that." Even you've been thinking, I don't like that. Our projects are never good enough for us. Truth. You will never ever, if anybody's honest, you will never ever be 100% satisfied with something that you make, because there is always something that you could have improved on that you didn't, or something you could have added or not done. You're never ever happy. Well, I'm not anyway. I'm never happy with a piece that I finish. That's it. Full stop. Never happy with a piece unfinished. But when someone comes to you and says, "Wow, that's awesome. I really like that. Can I have that?" And you hand it to them and say, "Yes, if you like it that much, you can have it." Then it makes it all worthwhile. It then starts triggering things in your head, thinking, "Well, okay, maybe I'm pretty good at this, and maybe I can do stuff that other people like." And that's never, yeah. I suppose the trick is never to let that doubt stop you from moving forward, and never let that doubt stop you from asking people if they like it, and getting feedback, getting honest feedback. That's what Facebook is good about. It can be good and it can be bad. Mostly it's good. Facebook and Instagram, you put something up, if you get 50 hearts or thumbs up or something like that, then you're doing something right. If you get comments of, wow, that's really cool. If you're not getting any feedback from it, then maybe it's not what people like. But there is always, bearing in mind also, and what a lot of people make a mistake about on Facebook is, if I engrave something now, for instance, and I put it up on Instagram, I'm putting it on Instagram, showing it to 100 people, or over 1,000 actually, of people that are like me. So they're makers as well. I do have followers that aren't makers, obviously, but very few. So they're going to critique your stuff a lot differently to your average punter that doesn't make. So that you've got to bear that in mind as well. So it's not always going to be, 100% true, because I mean they can make it. I mean, something that I can spend 3-4 hours making, someone else can knock out 50 of them on a CNC machine. That's the difference. So, you know, but don't 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 cut your shelf short. Don't cut your shelf short. I'm never going to be able to say that. Let me see what you're saying. Most of the other makers will know about it, Sharon. That's why it's important to share the site. And yes, exactly. Share, 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 share. All makers have people that follow them that aren't makers that will buy stuff on the auction. So share, 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 share. Trying to figure out what thing to make, what people might like. Make anything. You will find someone that likes it. If you don't find, this is the thing about the auction. I have had items that haven't sold in the past. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Sometimes you get something that people just aren't interested in, just don't want, isn't their thing. That's fine. What you can decide to do then is you can either keep it, save it for the next auction where someone might come along and want it, or you can send it to me and I can enter it whenever we do an auction, or I can do a pop-up auction or something like that. That piece won't ever get wasted, so don't worry about that. Or you could just decide, oh, that's fine, it didn't sell, I like it, I'll keep it anyway. Don't worry about it. Put it on. It's better to be looking at it than looking for it. That's goes for everything. It's better to be looking at it than looking for it. Short shelf shock. This could get me kicked off Facebook. Chris says, absolutely. The only way to build that kind of confidence is to put it out there so people can see it. You will see its faults, but I'd bet that 99% of the other people won't. Exactly, Chris. Facebook is not cool when everyone hates you. What would you know about that, Anna? The whole of Facebook loves you. And that thing you did the other day is just a load of pants anyway, because I'm way cooler than Rob. I hate everything I make. I'm never, ever happy with how anything turns out, but then other people say it's good. Well, my Guinness pint was absolutely flipping awesome, Leona, actually. So there. Yeah, don't play those stupid games. Is right. So yes, that's that. Right. So I've got my laser set up here. I'm gonna just flip up onto this. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go into this. And I'm only gonna print this on paper for now, just to show you what this thing does. It's really flipping cool, actually. Actually, this is probably gonna cut the paper. It's thick kind of card paper, but what size should I do it? I'll do it 100 by, yeah, 100. And we'll do it. Outline, generate. Okay. Port. Sorry now, I'm just doing the little settings thing because laser mode. Laser mode successful. Awesome. Okay. Preview. I'll turn the camera around in a second, but I don't want to blind you all. Turn off the. Has any of you got a laser? By the way, I wonder if I put these on. There, you won't go blind if I put these on. Isn't that cool? Like what? Get you later, Steve. I need to jump off. Yeah, that's fine, Brendan. Thank you very much. I will chat to you later. Yeah. Anna's calling me Jesus. I'm good, but I'm not that good. A laser level. You got a laser level? Yeah, I got a laser level. The owner doesn't have a laser either. That's an inside joke, people. Got one, but very interested. Not got one. Okay. So those of you that say you can't afford one, that's what I thought. I got some Christmas money and I went on to oh, don't want that under there. Went on to Banggood. There's a few of these kind of sites. They're Chinese sites and you have to wait for them, unfortunately. But you go on to Banggood and something that I thought was going to be ridiculously expensive turned out to be like 120 quid, 120 euro. I don't know what that is dollar, in dollar or pound. About the same in pounds. And that's delivered and all. And if you click the little insurance button, you won't get done for what's it called? Duty tax either, which is called. So there's you know they are very affordable now. You know they're savable. They're not something that's completely out of reach. So I'm going to start this here. You'll see blue, 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 blue. Let me lift the camera up and show you. Now I've got this on quick. I don't want to be blinding you folks. If that's blind. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Go up, go up. So you can see that I'll show you what it's doing, but it's literally just a laser, goes round and round and round. It's like a CNC machine, only it's got a laser and not the router head on it. Now you can get a router for this, so I'm interested. I might order a router for this and put it on it. Now the only thing is that it hasn't got the up and down axes. It's only got the left, right, back and forwards axes. So up and down, I'll be very restricted on that with the CNC. So, you know, Mr. Rubin has an A5 size. This is an A3 size. So yeah, this is just slightly bigger. No, it doesn't. Well, it will cut. It will cut through 3mm ply, but you have to go over and over and over it a few times. It will cut through 3mm ply. I've got that set. I was engraving some wood the other day, so it's set quite hot. So that's probably going to cut. Probably going to cut this design out of this paper, to be honest with you. Well, on Banggood it does. There's yeah, there's a duty and there's a little tab that you tick. And when the laser come, I got done for 40 euro customs, and I just sent sent a photocopy of the receipt to Banggood because I checked the insurance, paid the insurance. I think it's €5-6. I sent them a picture of the receipt, and they reimbursed me the cost of the customs. See you, Glenn. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, like a rotisserie thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like a little rotary thing. I'll show you this now. It's nearly finished. $146. That sounds about right, Dave. Yeah. Now I got it during there was sales, and I also, when I bought the 3D printer before Christmas or just around Christmas time, there was an offer on that. I got the 3D printer for just over £100. But because I bought that, I got like a vouchery thing they give you, a promotional voucher, and that knocked off some money off of my engraver as well. So they're great. They're really, really handy, and I mean, can make some really cool stuff. Um, my school, the school that I work for, they're doing an upcycling thing at the moment, which is, the 2 litre Coke bottles or soft drink bottles. Sorry, fizzy drink bottles. Well, there's a seal sanctuary in Ireland that are doing a collection, I suppose, or an upcycled thing. And what you do is you get 2 litre bottles and you stuff them with all the plastics that aren't recyclable. So, do you know all the things like packaging and stuff like that? I don't know if I've got anything here, but the plastic packaging, the loose wrappers and stuff like that, and you stuff them into these bottles, you pack them really tight, and you make bricks out of the bottles, and then you send them off to the seal sanctuary, and they use them for building walls and stuff like that, and doing mosaics and stuff with them. And it's a good way of using the recycled products, but actually using them for a good purpose. But the teacher at the school that's doing it, or there's a few people that are doing it, he couldn't ram the thing tight enough. It's a lot of work. He was pushing it with like a dowel. So I made the other day, I made I'll take a picture of it at school and I'll put it up on Instagram. I made a compactor. So it's literally just a lever handle. There's a back, you stand the bottle, there's a dowel that goes down that you can move around, and you just push it down and it squashes it down. And it compacts it. But these things are so solid by the time you finish compacting, they're actually bulletproof. You can shoot from a distance, obviously, a bullet into these bottles, and the bullet stops inside. It catches the bullets and stuff like that. They're solid, these things, and they're really heavy. But if you look up, I can't do it at the moment because I'm off the Googles. But if you look up Irish Seal Sanctuary eco bricks, it'll come up and you'll see what they use them for and stuff like that. So I cut my lip. Oh no, it's just a shadow. So that's good. But I made this thing and I engraved the Seal Sanctuary logo and St. Cecilia's School and all that on it. It looked really cool. It's just old fence wood that I used. It was cool because I made it out of the recycled fence that I brought from the school and yada yada. Put it up, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So here's here you go. So that was just a quick demonstration of the laser. Let me shine the light. That, oh no, it's too bright. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. But that's just a quick Celtic design. Now the reason why it missed a bit there is because of the way I just set it up really quickly on the thing, and I didn't notice that was missing. That was my fault. That's just a thing I got from Google. But that's what you can do. Now, there is little pinprick holes through it where it started cutting through. If I went over that again, it'll actually cut that shape out the paper. Thanks, Dave. Seal Rescue Island. That's it. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to make bricks and send them off to them. I don't know if they take them from around the world, but It's a good way of getting rid of your recycling plastic. But that's cool. That's how that laser works. Let me do something here. I can use the same piece of paper and I'll set it off again and we'll cut it out. That's what we'll do. We'll go through it 3 times in it all. That's it. That's it. We'll leave that going and I'll show you. It can cut through paper quite easy. But I've got some 3mm ply here. Like I said, I'm going to do some designs. Nice idea. The company Fourth Element is recycling old fishing nets to make swimwear and diving suits. Finally, companies are starting to do something. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the whole idea, Dave. Is that it's scary the amount of crap that is in our oceans. I mean, I've only got to go for a walk locally along the beach, and there's always stuff washing up on the ocean on the beach. It's wrong. People are very lazy when it comes to stuff. Fishnet swimwear, classy. Might look into that myself. I want that. So, what have you guys been up to while I have you? I don't know how many people are watching because I've not been, I'm not on the YouTubes. I've just popped out the chat. That's all. What y'all making? Yeah, Phil, the Banggood is good, but you have to be very, very patient because obviously a lot of the stuff is coming from China. And so you have to be patient because it takes time to come. So if you're not in any rush for something, order it now, forget about it, and then you get a knock on the door and it's, hi, I've got this, and it's like Christmas come. 20 watching at the moment. Very cool. Why? I'm not doing anything. I just got a big blue light going off in my head. You turned your first sphere yesterday. Awesome, Phil. I've got a gadget here that I'm working. I'm going to try this week. This is only one half of it. I've got the other half I've got in the house because I engraved it with something. But this is a sphere chuck that I've 3D printed. It's on my chuck at the moment, and 4 bolts, and then a donut goes over the top of that, and then you can either hollow out the spheres or you can put designs on the outside and stuff. So you loosen it, rotate it, cut, loosen it, rotate it, cut. So I 3D printed that. That's a prototype. If it works, I'm going to kind of make it a bit smaller version, I think, and that's going to be one of the products available. Temple Boy turn-ins, for doing sphere art, because I did start a sphere art series, but like most things, it came to a halt. But the next stage in the series is actually using that, so that's what I'm going to use that. All walk around looking like Rancy Nesbitt. Hey, I'm working on a logo vase vessel thing. Cool, Leona. Awesome. Is that why you were looking for your logo to be fancied up? Not much, honestly. Below freezing temps are keeping me out of the shop for a long bit. Yeah, tell me about it, Chris. Oh, I'm not worried about the likes, Billy. To be honest with you, likes is likes. They are what they is. I'm not worried. One of those people watching is me. So, I liked it actually. So, I'm a diver. I usually save some junk from the ocean floor. I'm proud to say I once prevented a turtle from eating a plastic bag. Awesome. Give that man a medal. Fair play to you. I did a bit of scuba diving years ago when I was abroad, the old tourist scuba diving. Good fun. Made a bowl for a local family for the loss of their son and still doing the blooming bathroom. That's cool, Dave. Fair play to you. just joined another artist collective to put my work out. Awesome, Wayne. Congratulations. Phil says awesome. That's probably about that thingy back there. I'm making some bowls at the moment and bought a threading jig. So threading boxes coming up. Cool. I've got the Crown hand threading set. It's really hard to get used to. You have to have the right wood for that, but it's really hard to chase threads manually by hand. So I get why you've bought the jig. I just finally released my latest video, tried something new with a Lego Star Wars build. Next project will be something for the auction one way or another. Awesome. Thank you, Figments. That's brilliant. Oh, to get it printed on a t-shirt. All right, okay. Leona bought a laptop today to try and get it the way I... All right, cool. Awesome. Well, if you need any help with that, Leona, let me know. I've kind of got a bit of knowledge with drawing up stuff. So give me a shout if you need a hand. I tried to make an Xmas bauble by hand. It was from 2-year season conifer wood. Don't know what I was doing wrong, but it was as hard as iron. Well, it's 2 years old. That's why it was hard. What you could try doing is soaking it. If you've got more of it, is try putting it into a bucket of water, absolutely soaking it and then turning it wet. Sometimes that helps. It's not the same as wet turning, like green turning, but it does tend to release the fibers a bit and make it a bit softer. So you could try that maybe. Sharp tools as well. When you're working on any hardwood, you have to have your tools really sharp, and high speeds help too if you're brave enough. Billy is building an air cleaner purifier for the shop. Cool. I've got to fit all that into my shop. I've got the record power air cleaner that I've got to move from and put that in. Anna has 2 weeks off, so I'll make till I break. Awesome, Anna. Look forward to seeing the Instagram posts. Everybody check out Figment's videos. They are very funny and great to watch. Maybe Dave could share that for us. I mean, everybody. Everybody click. If you click on the right hand side, the 3 little dots, you can go to the channel, and you can subscribe to anyone here in the thing. So just go over to the 3 little dots on the right hand side of the chat of the name of the person's name, and you can go and sub to them. Everyone is absolutely fantastic makers that are in this chat. So you're awesome. Let me see. Just finished a lidded pot that's got small blue LED lights dotted around it, but silly me forgot to record me making it. That's all right. That's cool. Don't have to video everything. It's nice to video stuff, but you don't have to video everything. Most of the stuff that I make that I didn't video, I enjoyed more because there's a lot less hassle. Recently messed up a 40-centimeter walnut bowl. Walnut as well. Is it recoverable at all? Can you use it to make another piece smaller or anything like that, or is it completely flummoxed? Okay, people are subbing to Figments. Let me go over and sub as well. Hold on. Go to channel. Back in a sec. Bear with me. I'm going sub into Figments. If I'm not already subbed. Do 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 do. Subscribed. There you go. There you go. Subbed. A flaming Turner. Am I subbed to you? Let me go and see. Do do do. No, I'm not. All these new people. Cool. I am now. Click the little bell. Ding. There you go. Subbed, Flaming Turner. Anybody else I'm not subbed to? Let me see. No, I'm already subbed to Phil. I know that. Mr. Ruben. Did I just sub to you? I think I just see. Oh no, Mr. Ruben, subscribe, little bell, job done. There you go, Mr. Ruben, subbed. This is cool. Getting some new materials. Go along to Oh, that's Steve. Why wasn't I subscribed to you? So Steve? Sorry, I thought I subscribed when I saw your video the other day. Steve SK Crafts just put out a cool video for the Marvelous McKenna campaign. Thank you very much for that, Steve. That was awesome. Really good of you to do all that work to put a video out. Thank you. Okay, I'll watch that then, Ruben. Yeah, do go everybody and sub. Sub. Let me see, am I sub to whoa wee Billy Burt. Billy Burt. Subscribed. Boom. Subbed Billy Burt. Yes, that was awesome. I thought you were talking to me, Chris. I thought, why? I'm on the show. Why would you be shouting my I haven't done a video. What are you talking about, stupid American? Ah, then I realized, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Yes, no, awesome. Awesome video. Thank you. How long have I been on? Are you bored yet? I've been on an hour. It's all right. And I've made nothing. Well, hold on. This is finished. Have I cut through? Did I cut through? Cut through. Oh, no, I haven't got it set to. Oh, do you know what? I've only got it set to 500, so it's not going to cut through. Stupid Steve. It did do a kind of a better job of it, though. Look. See that? Isn't that cool design? So I'm thinking of doing stuff like that and then having Ireland and era, which is Irish for Ireland, and doing, on not on paper, obviously, on some plywood and put a frame around it and make some things for the McKenna. Doesn't take long to make them, so awesome. That's what it's all about. Subbing, subs. Oh, I've got another sandwich here. It's a never-ending sandwich. Never-ending sandwich. Also, what I'm going to do with the new workshop is I'm going to use the laser engraver, and I'm going to start lasering people's logos and put them on my wall, probably on the ceiling, so I can have all my friends around me, Cool, thanks, Leona. Yeah, do send me some ye old Irish sayings. I can't. Well, I know a couple of Irish words, but that's it. Like Ceasius Agus Cunis. I say that to the kids a lot. Dún Doris. Eloy, Temple Blaster, boom! Eloy, I just told everybody that it was your fault that I came live tonight because you made me feel bad yesterday for letting my peeps down, for letting my family down. So I've been on for about an hour now, but better late than never, I suppose, Eloy. I've just been talking about stuffs, past, present, future. I would have sent you the simplified version of my logo. Well, it's not too late for that, Dave. I can get that. I haven't started doing them yet, so that's what I will be doing. I will be simplifying a lot of the logos because you are restricted on detail and stuff with the laser. But I was just saying, Eloy, I just showed folks the laser engraver. I'm just messing on a piece of paper here, but that's a Celtic design that you can do. And I'm going to cut some on some ply and put frames around them, and I'm going to enter them into the Marvelous McKenna auction. So they'll be coming up soon. Ultra Gilt. Yeah. I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich and spreading most of it around my face like the slob that I am. Cool, Murphs. Enjoy. If you've got any questions, don't ask me because I'm new to it as well. Yeah, Eloy guilted me out of it. Um, we're subbing to new people that are popping up and saying hi. Do. Oh, sub to that one already. I forget lots of people that I'm sub to. And did you notice that YouTube messes with you? It unclicks the bell. Oh, hold on a second now. Don't be throwing words like that at me. I'm a simple man. Do you have a potentiometer? I got it. Thing for your print board temple. That will allow you to change the laser's power. I got lots of plugs and things on it that I don't know what they do, if that's what you mean. I've still got to do add-ons and stuff. This is still as it came from the factory. There's a few 3D printed upgrades that I can do that I will print off and do. A green turning thingy. No, I don't have one of them. No. I can get a 5,000 thingy watt laser for this. This is a 2,500. I can get a 5,000 for this. But to be honest with you, it does what I want. I don't need to cut through mad stuff. What? Nice chair. What chair? The chair? Oh, Bob's chair. Oh, okay. Do you have to put the printer together? Yes, I did have to put the 3D printer together, but it took like an hour. I just, when it comes, it has a little card with it. I don't know if I got the card here. No. Little card, and it has a website address. Click the website address, and it's literally just everything is listed in pictures, and it's really easy to follow. Put it together in an hour. Setup is really easy. Again, on the same website, you just download the software, and away you go. It's brilliant. Oh, yes, I see what you mean about can I increase it. So what I can increase is I can increase the millimeters per minute speed, which is the speed. So I had that. Sorry, I had it on 1,000. If I turn that down, so it's going slower. If it goes slower, it will cut a lot deeper because it's staying longer in one position, if you know what I mean. So I can reduce that down, and it stays longer and it cuts deeper. So the lower I go, the longer it stays cutting. I see what you're saying. That's the only control I have on it. No, the software I have is the Alex Maker Evolution Desktop Cam V3.1. It's an Alex Maker. That's the make of the engraver. So I just use the software that come with it. Evolution Desktop. I can't speak tonight. It's going to be a great podcast. Yeah, the Alex Maker Evolution Desktop Cam V3.1. That's the software, and it comes, like I say, it all comes with it. It's plug and play, but well, put together, plug and play. That's basic. The 3D printer I had to put together as well, but again, exactly the same thing. That actually came 1/3 assembled, and then I had to assemble the other 2/3 of it. Simple. I mean, I always thought this whole like in the modeling as well, stuff like that. Getting really used to it. It's really a lot simpler than I thought it would be. Using the Fusion 360, it's really easy to come up with stuff and invent stuff. And if you're too lazy to invent stuff, you can just go on Thingiverse and everything's there you want. I mean, all the orange upgrades you can see there on my 3D printer, they're all from Thingiverse. So yeah, I'm actually, yeah, I would love a CNC machine now, to be honest with you. Shock horror! Steve said he wants a CNC machine. Way out of my price range, though. You will never see me using one, I'm afraid. You're talking like 150 quid maximum for something like this. CNC machine, way more than that. Way more than that. That's like I'm here, and to reach the target of a CNC machine, it's about there. So yeah. Um, I know I'm not sure how the Dave Gatton CNC machine or kits work. I mean, he's in America, so that's no, but yeah, the X Carve's 1,200 quid. That's for the small one, right? The X Carve's just like the little small, similar to what I've got there, just a small one. Are you sure you don't need a compressor? Check the oozenest.com. All right, okay, I will. I could do with a decent sized compressor, yes. Uh, yeah, 50s. Yeah, I mean, but there's different size X carves, isn't there? There's like a small one, medium one, and then a big one of the X carves. Is there not? Like in the range? Maybe not. I've not looked into them that much, to be honest with you, because yeah, the Shapeco is the one that Patrick's uses, isn't it? Isn't that the one Patrick's has? Yeah, I mean, they're a great tool. There's something that you can program in, like these. Program in what you want to do, walk away and go do something else, and it works away behind you, and you don't have to worry about it. You just do the initial setup and off you go, and you can, and I mean, now I'm getting into design and making stuff. A few of the product ideas that I have, um a CNC machine would be quite handy to work with, HDP and all that kind of stuff. So but like I said, I see these guys using these, what, five, six, $10,000 CNC machines. For a start, I wouldn't have the room for it, and secondly, That's a car. My dad just got me a 100 litre compressor for 40 quid, and it only needs one of those nylon tubes to be fully working. Whoa! Bring it to Maker Central. I'll buy it off you. Leona, I picked up a second-hand paint pressure pot for 25 quid. Nice. But I also want a vacuum chamber and pressure pot. And yeah, I know. Rabbit hole. Yeah, lathes aren't cheap either. There are cheap lathes out there. The lathes I have are cheap lathes. I mean, 500 quid lathes. Like they're the lower end. I forget who I saw on someone with Jeff Horning. I can't remember Horning. I can't remember his name. A friend of Jeff's just won a lathe, the Nova lathe, I think, at a show. Sip. That's both my lathes are sips. Yeah, Daniel, I use a SIP MIDI lathe. I've got the bigger Pro lathe as well, but I use a SIP MIDI lathe. It cost me 450 quid, I think it was, with a set of starter tools. And I've had that for coming up for 3.5, 4 years, and it's done some serious miles. I've not changed the belt on it yet. The only thing I had to do was take the switch apart and give it a good clean and put it back together again, which is general maintenance anyway. And the tail stock got a bit stiff and I had to clean and grease that up. But other than that, I have never had any issues with the SIP MIDI lathe, and it's the lower end of the market. But you've got your Record Powers, you've got your Axminsters, all the starter lathes out there. Basically, they're all the same lathe with a different name on them. Axminster lathes are good, yeah. Axminster are supposed to be really, really good customer service as well. So yeah, and another guy won the Powermatic. Oh, I want a Powermatic. Oh, Powermatic would be lovely. I just want a lathe that you can use and still hear yourself think. Mine's just a my big one anyway. Yeah, SIP are good. I mean, the customer service have got a bad rap. Um, but I've never had to deal with customer service. But apparently, if you do have any issues with customer service, then they're hard to deal with. Apparently, you want a Coca-Cola football from a lucky ring pull. Ring pulls, geez, that was a long time. Do you remember the ring pulls on the cans that you could peel them off and then use them? You used to go ping, and you could fly them across the room and hit the teacher in the ear with. I'd go with one of those Temple. Yeah, the SIP MIDI lathe is good. I've not had much. I've never used a Nova or been anywhere near a Nova, so I wouldn't know. I can't comment on the Nova. Sick of leaving in the morning when the night you gave away. So now I'm gonna take out all that I can get with those angel eyes. You make sense all the time. Think I'm gonna stay home. Way away. Well. He always smiled, your man from Wet, Wet, Wet. Sick of leaving in the morning. See you, Daniel. Thank you for joining. I like Wet, Wet, Wet. Oh my God, the robust lathe is just like the American Beauty. Yeah, yeah. Who wouldn't want one of those? A Nova Comet, not a bad lathe, but there are better midis out there. Okay. Novas are expensive. Martin has a load of them. Yeah, he does. Jets have nice lathes. Yep. Leona has a lathe for sale, don't you, Leona? Or do you? I thought you had a lathe for sale. Yeah, I bet you did. I used to fancy the pants off Marty Pello too. I can agree that Axminster customer service is good. My lathe didn't come with a live center like it was meant to. Phone them and got it to be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's when I walk through that door, baby. Be polite. You're gonna make me sore if you don't greet me right. Don't ever kiss me once, kiss me twice. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me thrice. When I walk through the door, baby, be polite. I'd love to be able to afford the smallest robot. Yeah, we'd all love to be able to afford a robust. They call me Mellow Yellow. That's right. I'm just mad about Saffron. Saffron's mad about me. Why does Martin have a load of them lathes? He only uses one. True that. I think the lathe Heath is fantastic also. I can't remember the name of the brand. I can't remember. You have the Stratos 230. Oh, yeah. Wayne's got a VB36 just like Glyn. Yeah, that'd be nice. I thought I had, but doesn't look like the new one is going to happen, so I have to hang on to the old ones. Ah, that's a shame, Leona. Maybe if you leave them in a room together, put some soft music on, some fine wine, some chocolates, some roses, leave them together for a couple of days. Come back, you might see a brand new MIDI lathe next to them. It's worth a try. Yeah, I think it's the Laguna. Yeah. Back in a mo. Someone just putting pudding on the table. Oh, nice, Andy. Yeah, that's she doesn't want any record power spawn. Leona had a bad experience with her record power. Unfortunately, it happens. But you hear that with all tools and machinery, and some people love them, some people hate them. I mean, I've mentioned sip blades before, and I've actually had people spitting their coffee out in my face. A what? A sip? Yeah. Before that, I had a MIDI Axminster, loved it, but hated that the head was fixed. Yeah. Well, yeah, my MIDI's head is fixed, but a MIDI you can just record power daylight robbers. No, it's not just the bad X. It's the fact that it's a bad lathe piece of Chinese shite. Oh well, shame. I think Costos is a bit of a beast too, isn't he, Mac? Awesome Turner. Do 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 do. Mac Cole subscribed. Push the bell. Done. Monkey metal. Yeah, like I said, some people go with the products and tools and stuff that they like, and others go with theirs, and sometimes tools just don't meet others' expectations. So, quick one before I go. I have dealt with SIP tech support in the past, and they were amazingly knowledgeable. However, it was to do with the compressors. Yeah, I mean, they probably are. Now, I've spoken to a couple of people regards SIP customer service, but like I say, I've never had a problem with any of my tools, so um, I've not I've not had to deal with them. But a couple of people have just said to me that one of them was actually a stockist of SIP, and he said they're a nightmare to deal with on the sales part of it. So maybe their customer service is better. Hi, William. How are you? I'm not sure what Mike has. Maybe it is a Stratos. Christopher has two records. You can't pay for a VW and expect a Cadillac. True that. Mind you, I'd love a VW right now. They're worth quite a few pound. The Beatles, anyway. Yeah, I've never heard anybody complain about the actual SIP tools themselves. So, what we're doing for time? Well, I'm going to have to bugger off, lads and lasses, because I've got a podcast to do soon, and Chris will be having a little baby. If I'm not off soon, because it'll be like, Steve's still live. We're supposed to be going live. Steve's still live. We're supposed to be going live. Steve, and he'll have a American hissy fit. Bless him. You own a VWT 25. Do you want to be my friend? Right, people. Well, thank you so much for watching my crap for an hour and a half. Um, no making at all. And awesome super chats. Thank you so much to those of you that super chatted me, Leona, Anna, Dave, and I can't remember the other person. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Because now I feel like rubbish. But the other people that donate, thank you very much. That all goes back into the workshop and doing stuff. The roof fund, as the owner put it. So yes, don't forget, Makers International podcast is on at 9:30. That is in 1 hour's time, my time, 1 hour's time, your time too. Head over there and say hi to us over there. It's a good one tonight. It's all about up and coming events around the world. Um, if you know of any events locally to your area, then jot it down. And while you're over listening to us, shout them out, and one of us will pick up on it, and we'll put the links and stuff out, and Chris will add them to the show notes, no doubt, because he's not like he's got anything else to be doing, because his workshop's a big ice cube. Good evening, Eloy, Anna, Billy, Bob, Leona, JP, Figment, Phil, Chris, Andy, and everybody. Well, I'm going now, Eloy, unfortunately. Sorry and all that, but thanks for giving me the kick up the arse to get live again, making me feel like total pants yesterday. But hey ho, I was planning on doing it anyway. Just maybe not as soon as this, but it's good to be back. I will be on again during the week, sometime when I get the roof sorted and I get turning, because I've got a couple of lives that I'm going to be doing, making the Yeah, I'll be doing a couple of lives making the item that I'm going to be donating to McKenna's fund. Hashtag Marvelous McKenna. Don't forget to shout that about. Share the campaign as much as you can, please. And I'll see you in an hour's time on the podcast. Thank you very much, everybody, for dropping in. Thank you again for the super chats. You're all absolutely awesome. And I'll see you again soon, very soon. Bye.